Hey folks, this is Jared at Nintendo World Report with a preview of Panzer Dragoon for the Nintendo Switch. It was not playable at E3, but I did have a chance to speak with the CEO of Forever Entertainment, the team who is bringing Panzer Dragoon to Switch. Here's his name on the screen because I can't pronounce it. Here are the details. They've been working on the game for around 1 year. Panzer Dragoon on Switch is going to have a classic and a modern mode. The difference in the modern mode is that the game will now have checkpoints at certain parts of the levels. If you've ever played Panzer Dragoon, the game can be quite difficult, and it can be quite frustrating to die 3/4 of the way into the level and have to go right back to the beginning. So it's great that if you play in modern mode, there will be checkpoints. If you do classic mode, no checkpoints. I asked the CEO how it was working with Sega. He said working with Sega is quite good. We're very happy with Sega. Another thing we talked about was challenges in bringing Panzer Dragoon to Switch. The biggest challenge they're dealing with is living up to the legacy of Panzer Dragoon. The lore, the story, the world, the specific environment. That is their biggest challenge. I asked, how close will the gameplay be to the Sega Saturn originals? He told me, we are planning to do it 1-to-1, exactly the same. I then asked about the graphics. As far as the graphics, how have you updated them? He told me, a lot. We changed everything. We tried to meet modern standards. I apologize for not just playing the original audio of the interview, but the audio quality wasn't that great, so that's why I'm doing it this way. I then asked, are you using any of the original Saturn code? He told me, we are making a complete remake. I asked about the game music. If you've ever played Panzer Dragoon, that soundtrack is majestic. It is amazing. He told me it's a secret that they will reveal later. He can't talk about the soundtrack right now. The next thing I asked is, why bring it to the Switch? The CEO told me, I think it's a really great device, and personally as a gamer, I have all the consoles, but I prefer to play on Switch because I am always on the go. As a big fan of Nintendo and a big fan of the Switch, the Nintendo Switch was the ultimate first choice. I brought up Panzer Dragoon 2, which we know Forever Entertainment is working on. He confirmed that Panzer Dragoon 2 is also coming to the Nintendo Switch. I then brought up Panzer Dragoon Saga, not expecting to get much of an answer, and I basically asked, would you be interested in working on a game like that? His response was, I cannot comment on that now. The next thing I asked about was, there was a Panzer Dragoon post-mortem at GDC this year where the original development team talked about the creation of the 3 Sega Saturn Panzer Dragoon games. I asked him if he was at GDC and if he had a chance to speak with the original dev team. The answer there was, again, no comment. Finally, at the end, I asked if he had any final comments. Basically, it was, if you were excited, stay tuned, because much more is coming. This is Jared giving his personal opinion now. I'm very excited that the first 2 Panzer Dragoon games are coming to Switch. They are great shooters, in the vein of Star Fox. If you like Star Fox, I think you're going to like Panzer Dragoon. If you've already played Panzer Dragoon, you know how awesome a shooter they are. And, it seems like the dev team is putting a lot of care into it, and I'm excited to hear more details. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more on Panzer Dragoon in the future. Bye.